The door to this back room hangs loosely on broken hinges. The cramped chamber beyond smells strongly of sour fish and vinegar. It is filled with discarded ropes, canvas tarpaulins, and splintered wood from smashed barrels. Renaer Neverember is hiding here. This is where he's introduced in Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and yet, throughout the campaign and beyond, he has become a trusted ally, friend, and surrogate party member to the Troll Skull Club. How did this happen? I really don't know, but I'm going to try to talk about it. So Renaer is very much introduced as a plot device. He is kind of the main reason that the characters get thrown into the dragon heist. During an adventure to try and find Floon Bragmar, a friend of Volothamp Gedarm, a local writer and author, the hero stumbled upon Renaer Neverember hiding in this warehouse. He was having some drinks through the night with Floon Bragmar, and it turns out he is the reason Floon was kidnapped. The two of them looking very similar to one another, Floon was mistaken for Renaer. And so kind of kicks off this whole, at least it makes the party aware of this hunt for the gold pieces in Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Now really there's no reason to bring Renaer back up into the story. He does show up here and he does know a little bit of information. His father was the one who embezzled the 500,000 gold pieces from the city of Waterdeep, and he understands that there's this item called the Stone of Galore that basically is the key to finding out the location and the keys to this cache of gold. That's all you really need him for. He can show back up as assistance depending on if you join the Harper organization. He can be of assistance depending on if you're, handling the Castellanters or if you need information, but there's no real reason to bring him back into the story. There's no need. He doesn't have to show back up. But for some reason, we brought him back in. I'm not sure why. The first encounter that the characters had with him wasn't very special or interesting. He basically just informed the characters of kind of what he's supposed to inform them of. Except there was one difference, is that I made Renaer's interest in Floon more than a friend. Renaer had a romantic tie with Floon and also with Volothamp. They're in kind of a polyamorous, hanging out kind of relationship thing. And I think that was the first key that the characters kind of the players kind of hung on to. It's just like, oh, Renaer has an emotional attachment to Floon and to this situation, not just oh god, I was here and they kidnapped me they kidnapped him instead of me and I feel bad. There's something that the players could latch onto, and I think that kind of really helped for them to kind of think, oh wait, oh that's sweet, and for Renaer to mean a little bit more to the players. Later on, I bring Renaer back up, just as a plot device, really as a tavern device. I wanted to give the players a place to call home and another thing for them to do and another thing for them to have fun with. And the tavern is a little bit expensive to bring up. In the beginning of the game, after the main intro adventure, the players get this rundown tavern. And if they want to open it back up again, that's like over 1,000 gold pieces. So I introduced Renaer Neverember back into the story and said, hey, Renaer is, he's a disgraced noble. His family embezzled money from the city. He doesn't really have anywhere to go, and he wants to use what's left of his funds. He'll open up this tavern and work there. And the players, can also live there and all that stuff. And so it was really just a reason for the party to be able to open up the tavern, to have Renaer to pay off all the taxes and fees and all that stuff. But it was also another thing for the players to latch onto, was that Renaer had always wanted to be a bartender, and also that Renaer was feeling guilty about his family's involvement in the dragon heist. And so I guess what this really is breaking down to, this video is talking about how to make your players care about NPCs. It's the same thing as making the players care about any adventure or anything in your world. It's giving them hooks, things to hook onto. And it doesn't have to be something as blatant as like, hi, I'm the tavern keeper, you need to talk to me. But little things like Renaer's relationship with Floon, Renaer's disappointment and disgust at his father's actions. Small little things that the players can hook onto and hold onto and create some emotional investment. Especially if those things can also tie into feelings that the player characters have in their own backstories. Harvey can very much relate to Renaer's relationship with his father. Quick, our tiefling sorcerer, loves caring for people. She's very motherly. It's kind of a joke. She's a mom friend. And so she sees Renaer as just this person she can take care of. And then, so it's really simple and really easy, but there's also, you could try too hard. Obviously, if I had Renaer show up every single session and be like, hey guys, I'm your friend, that can get a little bit annoying, but there was time in between that. And then he fell to the background. For a little while, he was just at the bar and he'd say some shit to the characters and they'd say some shit back to him, but he wasn't really important. And then nearing the end of the dragon heist, once they had gotten all the clues together and they realized that the entrance to the vault was at the Neverember mausoleum, where his mother was buried, that's when Renaer shows back up again. And the characters have an investment to him, and the characters want him to see the end of this quest. They want him to see the end of this story and for him to maybe get some goodwill back with the city. And so I think that's the important part, really, is not having characters overstay their welcome, but also giving individual players different reasons to be interested in a character. Now, obviously, you don't want an NPC showing up being like, hey, I like all the things you like, and I have all the neuroses and things that you have as well, because again, that would also just feel like cherry picking and also feel like you're trying too hard. And so it's about picking your spots, picking your battles with NPCs. And some NPCs just do not fly. There are a couple of NPCs that I have that the players like and enjoy talking to, but they're really just Rashal, the page turner, the dragonborn wizard who runs the magic shop. He's just there. Him and Harvey have this weird like back and forth just because Harvey was rude to him. But it's nothing really important. It's nothing really special. Tally Fellbranch, the gnome carpenter, really there's no relationship there. They enjoy her, I guess, and talking to her, but there's no real relationship. Lif, the ghost that lives in there, the poltergeist, the spirit that lives in the tavern, though, there's a relationship there. There's a trust and a warmth there that the characters have felt. And so it's just about understanding your players and understanding their characters. Understanding their characters and the type of people that their characters would respond to, and also understanding your players and the type of stories that they enjoy being a part of. And I think Renaer's story of trying to find his place in the world, of trying to atone for his father's mistakes, of trying to figure out love, is something that I think touched the players and kept them wanting to keep him around. I mean, they brought him to the freaking Underdark, man, so obviously they must really enjoy having him around. And also, just for me, for Renaer, it's an NPC that I just found really close to, and I found that really, it's a lot of us, because, I love Renaer Neverember, and I put a lot of myself into Renaer, and that happened slowly as well. That wasn't like this is going to be my player insert NPC, this is going to be my dungeon master insert person. It really just slowly kind of transformed into this character that I personally felt a lot of attachment to. But I also would not have just thrown him into everybody's face if the players did not react to him. So it's an interesting thing. Sometimes you just stumble into these things. Renaer, I didn't mean to make this important NPC in the campaign, but now he's probably one of the most important NPCs in the campaign, just by accident. You know, all they had to do was open up a storage closet, and they made a friend for life.